coming in. Your computer isn't recognizing your mic. Oh, okay. Well, if y'all have questions for Odyssey, maybe wait a couple of minutes. But basically, I just wanted to chill and have a fun little Zoom Q&A. Yeah, sorry about that, my guy. I don't know how to help. And I didn't want to invite everybody from my socials or whatever. I just wanted it to be small with the Discord because you guys are the best. So who's got the first question?
I will ask the first question. Can they hear us? How did you decide on the title Missions and Convictions?
Yeah, I like that.
Good question. I've gotten that probably more than any other question with this album. Yeah, so I'm actually writing a blog post about what Missions and Convictions means to me. But basically, I'm someone who really likes literature. I think I talked about that a little bit in my first interview with Colin Cooper. And Missions and Convictions, I just really liked how it sounded poetically, as well as the message is pretty deep, because to me, it's like a mission, a Christian mission is something that you're called to do, right? So you have that aspect of the Christianity stuff. And then also practically in the world, the mission is the same thing, but it's more of like an intimate thing with you. It's not like the big make disciples mission that everyone has, the Great Commission. So for me, I felt like going through my personal convictions and fighting with the stuff within me, I was able to kind of zero in on my mission a lot more. You feel me? Yeah. So I feel like they're so interwoven, and that's something that I think should be talked about a little bit more. So it just kind of became the basis of the album, because that's the best way for me to talk.
Yeah.
Hezzy's coming in. What's up, Hezzy?
Hey, yo, what's up, Apex?
What's good, my guy? Congratulations on the mod job.
Thank you. Glad to be a part of this community.
Absolutely, my guy. Glad to have you. You just gotta have to chill with that Taylor Swift hate. That's the only thing.
All right.
Odyssey can't talk right now. There's something wrong with his mic. So if you have any questions for me before we get to his questions, I'll go ahead and answer. You can answer in the chat, he said.
Hey, Apex. What was your first song you recorded, and then what was the last song like you finished up for the album?
Ooh, okay. So songs like that made the album, or just in general?
The song that made the album.
Songs that made the album. I think the first one that we recorded, like the full demo track, was Wolves, right? Odyssey? Or King's Interlude, maybe. One of those. And then, yeah. And then the last one, we re-recorded 10,000 Ways, my verse. Yeah, but that wasn't the last song that we got done, actually. That was How Do You.
Oh.
Had some mixing, some extra mixing for that. That one wasn't done till like March, late March, because I was being extra with it. I wanted to get it really nice and clean, nice and crispy for the CCM playlist, you feel me?
Yeah. Did you have Poetics mix that one too then?
I did. I had Poetics do a couple mixes of it and then send it to Odyssey to do the final mix down of everything.
Cool.
Yo, what's up, my guy?
What's up?
How you doing, bro?
I'm tired.
I feel you.
We went to Universal today, and we did almost all the rides in my park.
Hey, that's what's up, bro. That's pretty lit. How's Universal right now during the end of the pandemic?
The lines are way shorter. I'll admit that.
That's good.
The rides hit.
That's what's up.
Yes, sir.
When do you go back home?
We're leaving tomorrow, but we're not gonna get home till like Sunday.
Okay, cool.
You can keep talking.
just to catch you up, Odyssey's mic's not working, but if you have questions, he'll answer in the chat.
All right.
And, yeah, we're only a couple questions in, so if you have anything, I'll do my best to answer.
Besides from like me, who's like some artist that you really think you made an impact on their life? That's like coming.
That's a good question, a tough question. I think just from working in like close vicinity, Odyssey and I impacted each other's art a lot. I think that'd be fair to say. But besides, like more so in the CHH realm, there's a few artists from like the CHH Discord who have asked me a lot of good questions, and I do my best to answer all of them because like we're all fam there, right? So
Yeah.
Alvin, I think is one. Shining Shore. There's a couple here and there that are looking good and coming up. NJ's another one. So I do like I'm clearly not an established artist yet, but I do what I can to help people who are trying to come up like me. All right.
Well, you certainly deserve to be an established artist.
I agree.
Thank you, my guy. I appreciate
It'll come
that.
soon. It'll come soon.
God's timing for sure. That was one thing with this album. It's like I've learned to be proud of my decisions instead of the results. And that's brought a whole different level of peace to the music making.
Okay, so I gotta ask a question that everyone wants to ask. So are we
Okay.
getting a deluxe?
That's a good question. Yeah, a couple of people have asked me that actually. There was never any plans of a deluxe. Well, we talked about it maybe once, but if people really want it, we can see what we can do. We have plans for different music. What's that?
I expect I feel like 5 extra songs would be like kind of sick.
5 extra songs,
and then maybe
just another EP.
Oh no, you could do extra songs, and then the last song could be the Vendetta remix by Alvin.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we have like extra songs, extra concepts that obviously didn't make the final cut, but I feel like MMC is already a pretty complete story within itself, so that's kind of the one reason why I would shy away from a deluxe. But we're definitely working on music, I'll give you that.
What about MNC The Lost Tapes as its own EP?
So it's funny because I think we recorded or finished probably 3 songs that didn't end up making the album, and 2 got released as singles a while back when we first started it, that being Drought and Sad Facts Mad Raps. And then there's another song called Aim High that we just scrapped. There's another song that we turned into my feature for Richie's project that came out in December. So there's definitely deluxe songs floating out there, but just nothing to tag onto this album, you feel me?
Do you think CHH is recognizing you yet, or do you think you're still being slept on?
I mean, I definitely think I'm being slept on to an extent, but I think that the love from CHH just this past week has been kind of crazy compared to what I was expecting. I was telling someone who I was working with closely with the marketing for this album, I feel like this project really cements me in the CHH world as far as like choosing a lane. So I think to be someone who came from making conceptual projects like a Star Wars mixtape to dropping a full album the next 14, 15 months later, I think CHH has shown a lot of love, and I'm very appreciative of that. And shout out to CHH Hysteria and CHH Talk and all things CHH who have been showing love for the last 6 months or so. Was that part of the same era, not the album though? Yeah, exactly, with those singles that we were talking about.
I definitely agree that Missions and Convictions had like that kind of like a debut album feel, and all the other stuff was, the conceptual. Like this album felt like your first like real album, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's kind of what Damon and I talked about a little bit here and there. Like Perspective was my debut, but this one really feels like my debut album just because I've been through like several life-changing experiences since then, and also just grown into a completely different artist.
From my perspective, people will look back at your music and they'll be like, all right, this was the first good Apex album, like one that really showed us down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's sort of, whenever you make art, you try to make it timeless, you know, and sometimes you just get caught up in the moment and you don't do that. You're just trying to push the content out. So one of the reasons why this album kept getting delayed was to do like little things, add the little things to make this a piece that people still wanted to listen to in 5 years, 10 years. Yeah, we kept saying every song on this album has to be like single quality, even if it's not single structure, right? And that's a quote that John Bellion said several years ago in one of his videos that's just stuck with me.
So how much support do you feel like you've received from your family, out of curiosity? Are they pretty into it?
Yeah, I would say so. My brother is one of my best friends and biggest supporters, for sure. So he's been like someone who I bounce ideas off of ever since I started making music. Yeah, he's an awesome guy. He's been on the channel before, and my mom is supportive, and everywhere. Like my stepdad is supportive from, like, not from like a involved in any way kind of thing, but just, yeah, Trevor was a feature on Perspective. If you guys didn't know, he's on Sheesh with Kashan.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I remember Sheesh.
Yeah, for sure. So I think they've been pretty supportive throughout everything, which is awesome. It's a big blessing.
Apex, if you could choose one song to blow up, which one would you choose?
It was always 10,000 Ways from this album.
Yeah, that's what I would think. Bro, 10,000 Ways is like the indie version of Reasons, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, I can see that for sure. It's just something that, like, it means so much to me, and it covers so many bases, but it still feels super coherent. And with like a female vocalist on the chorus, CCM can like accept it a lot more, you know? And then Jay's verse is super impactful to just sit back and listen to as well. So I think that's a song that kind of defined the album and the year for me. Yeah, exactly. I started writing that at such a crazy time with like the George Floyd murder and everything going on in the world. You know, everyone who knows me knows my sister is a little Black girl. So that's something that I take super seriously to heart. So I think you can really hear that in those lyrics. Yeah. And then also, like, as far as from what I expect to blow up, I would say 10,000 Ways has a pretty good chance, but also How Do You has a lot of fun vibes, and it's like, it's not super, super different, so people can accept it. It's got that nice, perfect blend of like CCM and hip hop, you know? So I'd say either one of those songs I'd be cool with taking off.
Bro, I could see people using time zone in like TikToks. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey man, I'm all for it. If anyone does that, then I'll repost it for sure.
We all gotta make TikToks now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, like
I will not be
Odyssey
supporting
said,
you in that way.
fair enough. Like Odyssey said, How Do You is a lot of people's favorite. So
all right,
it's pretty cool to see.
How do you think you'll ever change your sound next year when you start making music again?
I think if you listen to my catalog, every project and every era of music sounds really different. So I don't want to give anything away, but yeah, very different. More melodic stuff for sure. I'm excited, but I don't want to give too much away.
Apex doing hyperpop.
Yeah, new influences. Exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Playboy Apex? No.
Maybe. No, not Playboy.
I'll teach you how to do it. I'll teach you. It's really easy. You just need Odyssey. Does Odyssey have good auto-tune plugins?
Yeah.
Okay, we can make it happen. We can make it
Bro,
happen.
there's no way that I'd be singing on this album if he didn't.
Okay, yeah, that was my next question. So there is a pretty good amount of you singing, and
Yeah.
it sounds really good. So, what was that like for you? Do you feel like you're more of a, do you like rapping more, singing more? Was it hard to sing? Yeah.
Yeah, but thank you. A lot of that is due to Odyssey and him pushing me to, especially the outro. Like a lot of it I wanted to sing, but I wasn't super confident and like how it will sound, how it would be received. And Odyssey was just like, just go for it, man. And he was honest with me. There was a whole other part of the album that I was originally gonna sing, and he's like, I just don't think that it'll sound as good as if we got this person to do it. So we got that person to do it. So stepping out of your comfort zone is something that usually produces really good art. And even if not, it's something that you should be proud of regardless. So we just went for it. I don't think I'm a singer. I enjoy singing. I don't think I'm like someone who could get on stage and sing in front of people, but I'm really happy with how everything kind of came together in the album. I think it kind of demanded more of like a conscious vibe, which people get a lot more from singing from the soul than just bars on bars.
I think one of the coolest parts is at the end of How Do You, when you and Ali sing it together, it sounds really cool.
It does. I like the harmony.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that part.
That was Odyssey in post. He was like,
that's awesome.
Let me try something. Yeah, he killed it. Because I was originally going to sing a different part of that song. And we changed the whole thing because Ali is so talented. And he's like, I think that I know a way to kind of mix this all together. I think he's typing out about it right now. So we'll see what he says about it. But yeah, I really enjoyed listening back to that because I was like, this sounds dope. We also had an idea to, he's going to join on his iPhone, he said. We also had an idea to bring in a third person for that song. And I won't say who, but it just didn't work out. But that would have sounded cool. Maybe in the future we'll do something similar.
Yeah.
How did you find Ali?
I was gonna ask that.
Yeah. So Ali is just like one of my friends from, we went to camp together in middle school. And she's best friends with my cousin's wife. So we just kind of known each other for a minute, and she's always done, like she did worship at the camp some, and she's just a great vocalist that I know. And I was like, hey, if you want to be on this album, I'll legit buy you a mic from Amazon and get you on it. And she's like, yeah, well, she was like, no, I got it. But yeah, it was dope because she's just someone who's super talented and a super nice person. So she was very easy to work with.
Are y'all gonna try to make Ali to make her own music?
She wants to. I don't know. I can't speak for her on that, but she's definitely capable of it. She has a music page on Instagram. If y'all don't follow, you should. It's called Ali Music and stuff.
Also, what's some goals that you still haven't reached with the album yet?
Man, to be honest with you, the intangible goals have all been met, which is super awesome. But the tangible goals, like numbers and stuff, we talked about 10,000 streams would be really cool. And when we first set that goal, we thought it would take a month. Now we're 6 days in and we're like at 8,500 already. Crazy. So it is crazy. It's crazy. God is good. So we're trying to see.
By the way, for that. That's awesome.
Thank you. We're trying to see if we can hit it maybe by Sunday. And if we do, I'm gonna give away some merch because that's all thanks to y'all. Thanks to God. I can't give God my shirt, but I can give y'all one.
It's the Holy Spirit telling you to do it.
Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
How do y'all
Alright.
design?
What's that?
How do y'all design your merch? Like, what do y'all use?
So for the album logo merch, I actually had Noah design it, Noah Brown, Nody from the Discord.
Oh, okay.
So he designed the logo and I went ahead and threw it on some merch. But then for the lemons and lemonade shirts that we did in the summer, I designed that myself. I just drew it up and kept drawing it up until I got it to where I really wanted it. And then I sent it out to a professional that I found off of Fiverr to just make it come to life.
Dang, that's crazy.
Hey, Odyssey, what was the hardest part about like engineering this project, if that's the right word?
Yeah, there was like specific songs and that we just ran into problems with, that I think they sounded good, and I think Apex knows they sounded good, but he had such a specific vision for the album that I think it took a really long time for us to hit that and him be happy with where it sat. But I also thought it was really cool to see the vision he had in his head start to play out through what I did.
Yeah, for sure. I'll also
Sorry,
say
it's really hard to talk because I'm getting feedback from my voice.
Oh no.
I'll also say it was tough to engineer it in the sense of like, Ontario took the pandemic very seriously. So we were just recording in Odyssey's room. So we had to do like a makeshift studio with a bed, like a mattress topper and bungee cords. And it's really cool. We're throwing together a documentary. Y'all be able to see that more in depth when that comes out.
Studio.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But just like listening to it, you won't be able to tell because Odyssey put everything into mixing this.
I'm gonna need to head out now, actually.
I appreciate you coming through, Josh.
Hey, I appreciate you having this.
Absolutely, my guy.
Yeah,
All right,
bro.
see you
take
later,
it
man.
easy.
You too.
Odyssey. So, did you make most of the melodies? Did you get any loops? What was production wise like?
I'm just gonna turn the audio off so I can speak. Yeah, I think there was one melody loop that I pulled from Splice, and that was on King's Interlude. I chopped that up. The rest, everything is all from like software synths that I own. I have invested a lot of money into that sort of stuff because I don't really like pulling loops from anywhere unless you can chop them and make them really interesting and like totally different from the original source material, unless it's something that just like already works. We pulled in some loops at some points just to have like filler stuff to like get the vibe that we were going for so that Apex could record to something. But I think the only song that ended up having something that wasn't like an original melody that I had made was the King's Interlude, and even that one's chopped up like crazy.
Yeah, a lot of the melodies was just me like humming to Odyssey, and he's just playing it out on his piano, on his keyboard.
Wow.
And we just went from there. That's the great thing about just working with an executive producer the whole time is we're able to build from scratch, which before the album came out or like before we started working on it, I was like, just to let you know, bro, there's probably going to be like 0 to 1 or 2 reference tracks for this whole project. Because usually whenever you make music, you have a reference track, like even like Selena Gomez and artists like that do it. But I was like, this is so different than everything else. It's going to be really hard. And we tried to find different elements from different songs to look at, but to find like a complete song from start to finish that was like something that we wanted to emulate was just difficult.
one thing I'll definitely say about the album, originality is one thing y'all will be definitely granted of, like notice for. Nobody will ever say, oh, this sounds like NF, this sounds like Lecrae. Nah, y'all nailed your originality sound. I'll say that 100%.
Appreciate that, my guy.
Yeah,
I think
thank
that's
you.
just I mean, obviously we strive for that, but just being in a combination of so many different genres, and Odyssey and I have very different musical backgrounds. I think it came together very nicely.
Yeah, I didn't listen to rap music pretty much at all before I met Apex. I was like just starting to get into like Because the Internet by Childish Gambino, and that was just about the only rap music I listened to at that point.
All right, honestly, so it's okay if not, I understand. Me and my friend, we've been working on a song and I kind of just want some opinions on it, and it'd be cool if I play it for y'all, if that's okay.
Send it to me, because I'm gonna go crazy trying to listen through Zoom, but you can send it to me, and if it's okay with the Odyssey, you can send it to him too.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Yes, sir.
Is Dropbox okay?
Yeah, for sure. You can send me, any artist on the Discord can send me music whenever, and I'll do my best to give feedback.
All right, I got you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I can take a look at whatever too.
Okay. So far it's just my friend's vocals recorded. I have to record mine, but I'm not home right, and I'm nowhere close to my studio, so I have to get home.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
But he finished all his vocals, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, I can work with this for sure.
Awesome, man. Yeah. Just send it to me. And by the way, bro, that last King Kong, big step up for you for sure.
Bro, King Kong was crazy. I'm so proud of that.
Yeah. Keep going, bro. Yeah.
That sounds great, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, if anybody doesn't have any more questions, we can go ahead and call it. Appreciate y'all coming through on a Thursday night. Hope y'all enjoyed and got some answers. Cole, I know that you have some more questions for me coming up soon. Looking forward to that. And yeah, appreciate y'all.
Thank you
Thanks
for
having
hosting
us.
us.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Thank you for all the support on the album. Be sure to stream it up and share it with your friends. And if you haven't yet, remember to follow Odyssey on Instagram, because that's where he's most active. And Twitter.
All right, bet.
All right. Peace, y'all. Have a good night.
God bless.